Council, also the FFA, also state champion electricity team will be here tonight. And then Coach DeFran and several of the football players will join us at the end of the hour. So first up, it'll be Trevor and Ruben Dawson representing Dawson Aircraft. Come on down. Yeah, we have to pass this one around. I don't know if you two can share a mic there without getting into it.
Tess.
A couple of former Yellow Jackets here also. We've got Trevor, played in the 2013, 14, and 15 seasons. Ruben played in the 2016, 17, and 18 seasons. We'll talk a little football here in a minute, but let's talk about everybody in Clinton and the area has always heard about Dawson Aircraft. Talk a little bit about the history. How did all of that start out at the airport?
Yeah, well, my dad's back there in the back. He came to watch us. He didn't want to raise his hand, but he went to A&P school. That's Airframe and Power Plant Mechanics School out of high school, and he started out of the back of his truck over at the airport and just fixing airplanes, and evolved to major airframe repair, like the body shop for airplanes, and then we do aircraft salvage, recoveries, lots of different stuff, and just added and built on to kind of what he started. So Ruben and I went to college to do the same thing, and kind of came back and kind of took departments over and heading from there.
So it started out with Dad, the pickup truck, and some tools.
Right.
How big is the company now, and employees and things like that?
I think there's 2 here. Raise your hand. There they are. We have 2 interns at the table here. So Wyatt Dunn and Brody. We spent all summer with them, showing them airplanes. Brody loves airplanes. Wyatt loves airplanes too. But there's probably at any point there's 20 or 22 people down there, and we've got several buildings that we operate out of. Airplanes take up a lot of space, so it takes a lot of room to house them.
Ruben, talk about it starts right here in Clinton, but pretty much you guys are worldwide.
Yeah, so we sell parts internationally, all over the world. All of our parts are on an online database. People can purchase them, just kind of like used car parts, but it's airplane parts. So with the vintage of these airplanes, it's hard to get new parts. So that's what we do. We supply the older model parts, newer model parts, and people can buy them on the online.
So basically, it's almost like an auto salvage yard of airplanes.
We had one going to Serbia today, so I gave it a good luck, because a lot of times they go that direction. It takes a little bit of help to get them across the line, but they do go worldwide. So
We'll talk about maybe some of the stories. I know y'all have gone all over.
Ruben's been out today. He just got back and threw a new shirt on, but he's been in the patch today. So I'll let him tell you about that.
Yeah, so we work with insurance adjusters, and they'll call us at any time. And if there's an airplane down, we'll go pick it up. We're kind of like the wrecker service for airplanes. So a lot of times we'll buy airplanes and do the same things. That's how we get our salvage. So we'll take the airplanes apart in the field, haul them on a trailer, and then we'll take them apart in the shop piece by piece, put all the part numbers on it, and list them online. So it's a really neat deal. I don't think there's a lot of people doing it out there, but we sell parts like crazy. So
That's going to be one of my questions. How many other people in the country operate a business like this?
It's a pretty small market. There's not a ton of planes, so probably there's 4 or 5 major companies in the country that do exactly what we do. So just a little bitty niche that we can bring back home.
I gotta say, really big for Clinton. It could be a really economic engine of, the aviation industry, which is growing all the time. And any great stories of being out and salvaging some planes around the country?
We have lots of time. A lot of stories. You got anything?
Well, I mean, there's been some interesting ones. We pulled stuff out of power lines, and there's an infamous picture of me and Trevor with an airplane in a tree above us. So always unique, never the same deal. It never gets boring there. You just go out and get the airplane, get to be outdoors. It's a good time.
Yeah, I think one of the most exciting parts, and we got a lot of students here, and you said why it's already part of some aviation future. This partnership you got hooked up with Clinton Schools and North Arkansas College. Talk about that, all that entails, what a student can learn from that, and what the future is for that.
So there's a couple high points here. One being that aerospace is Arkansas's #1 export. We do about $1 billion out of Arkansas. We sell more airplane stuff than we do rice and corn and whatever else you can imagine from Arkansas. Aerospace is at the top, which means that we need lots and lots of trained technicians to support that industry. So what the state came in and did is say, if you want to be an airplane mechanic and you come out of high school, you can go for free. So you can get an A&P license, which Ruben and I went to college for absolutely $0 right now. And so the schools are at max capacity. In fact, there's a waiting list. And so North Ark caught their attention, and there's industry here in town, and so we started communicating, and Tim Smith and Jay Chalk were involved with Dr. Massengale and I, and we've started this fall. It's a small group. Wyatt's in the group. There's 4 or 5 kids in the class for a concurrent college class, get a certificate of proficiency in aircraft maintenance. Clinton High School has been great to support that. They understand the importance of the industry. There's jobs to be had in town, in that field, and that's one place where we've struggled is finding people that want to do that locally. You know, we have to get people from Little Rock or Conway to drive up here, and then their wife likes Starbucks and Target, so they go back home. So it's been hard to keep a steady stream going. So we think with this partnership, a lot of kids are going to have great opportunity at the airport here, make a lot of dollars, and school's free. You can be done when you're 19 or 20 and go to work. So in lieu of that, we're working on a bigger program. North Ark, fingers crossed, wants to install an aviation hub here, 60 plus students at the Clinton Airport. Hopefully that announcement is coming soon. You know, we're all working on it pretty hard. But that'd be huge for the community. And once you start having that kind of stuff, you have investors that look at our community and say, we want to build airplane parts. We want overall airplane parts in your community in a warehouse, and not attached to the airport. And that'll create a lot of jobs too.
So that's the future, hopefully, being able to expand and number of students and programs.
Right, that's our plan. It's bigger than us. We need some help, sure, but I think if we put a college in, we could do a really great thing for the community.
What's the best way for a student to get involved in the program? Contact y'all, contact the school?
So the program for this year is full. We're renovating a building to house 12 students next year. Sarah Westfall is the teacher for the high school program. It's not too late to do aviation. We're still taking applications for internships. And at this point, with the schools completely full, you pretty much have to be one of our interns to get into school, because there's a waiting list, and we got a partnership with Pulaski Tech, and then we can get you in. Keep in mind it's free, and it's a very high-paying career. You can get it done pretty fast.
That's 2 real buzzwords for students: college and free. Y'all definitely want to take advantage of this opportunity right here in Clinton. All right, we talked a little bit about aviation, the past, and the future. Let's talk a little bit of football, gentlemen.
Yeah, I like
What's your thoughts of Coach DeFran's team this year?
This might be the best team in a long, long time, for real. I think, well, we've been watching. We've kept up with it because we have Wyatt and Brody at the airport all summer. So, you know, we had pretty high expectations because we were filling out Brody and Wyatt like, hey, are we lifting a lot of weights? Are we winning some 7-on-7s? We've been keeping up, but man, what a unit of a team.
Your thoughts, Ruben?
Yeah, so I mean, just recently went to the Dardanelle game. I was kind of on the fence about going or not. I flew over there, me and Trey Perkins, and it was just outstanding to watch the guys. They left it all out there on the field. Took me back to the old days of being on the field, but it was a heartbreaking loss, but I love to watch them grind it out every play. It's just like the Yellow Jackets that I used to play for. Same coach. Everyone's leaving out there every play. I love to see it.
Now, Trevor played from 13, 14, 15. He was in the playoffs in 13 and 14. Yellow Jackets have been to the third round of the playoffs twice. These two guys, Trevor did it in 14. Ruben did it, I guess that was in 18. They've gone the farthest of any Yellow Jacket playoff teams in history. Talk a little bit about your memories or things that stand out your playing days.
Yeah, last year, Coach got a hold of some of my teammates to talk about that Pine Bluff win. We made a cool video, and I enjoyed being part of that. But, you know, even talking with Brody and I, my brother is his brother is my best friend. So we're kind of like a little unit. And Brody's got a lot.
That was your QB1.
Yeah. Well, I didn't play offense because I had terrible hands. So Coach had to put me on, and then he threw me on the other side of the ball. I did have an interception though, so maybe you're missing out. We'll never know. But Brody has a lot on his shoulders because we told him he can't hang out with us unless he gets to the third round of the playoffs. You have to leave him at home.
That's an exclusive club, Brody.
But thinking back to, you know, every time there's a game like that Dardanelle game where you face a number 1, number 2, number 3 team, I think about that night. And several things come to my mind. Like that week when we were practicing for Pine Bluff, we got to where we didn't have to talk to each other. I don't know if we were having silent practices, but we just knew what to do. We could tap and look and motion to each other. We were on the same wavelength, just as a team. And that's where you got to be and win those huge games. And I think these guys are right there. And when you face a team like Dardanelle down, I mean, you can do some real damage in the conference.
Ruben, some memories for you?
Yeah, so I actually started out QB back in the Pee Wee days into 7th grade. Then Coach saw me gain a little weight, got a little beefy. So he moved me I went from QB to center. I don't know if that's happened before in the history of
You
football.
basically grew into center.
I did. I just morphed into center. So then after center, Coach decided I wasn't smart enough to play offense. So I went to defense, played defensive line for the rest of my career. So it was fun. Coach just said, find the ball, tackle it. So it's an easy job. Super fun. I just remember being, deep in the playoffs, practicing during the Thanksgiving and all that. Same thing as Trevor, just everybody's dialed. It's super fun just to see your buddies out there with the same passion you've got. And I see it with this team here. You can just see them on the field. They're all coordinated. It's all flowing, and I think they have real potential. So,
Yeah, these two guys played probably in the 2 of the most memorable games in school history. Trevor was on that team that beat Pine Bluff Dollar on the road, ranked number 1 in the state. And Ruben's team went down to Junction City, one of the state's football powers. You can see Louisiana from Junction City. They were down 36-13 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Came back and actually took the lead. I believe it was 43-42. And Junction nipped us with about 9 seconds to go to get out of there with a win. But those are 2 of the most memorable games in school history. And between these 2, there are 3 conference championships and about a half dozen playoff victories for you guys. I can't let them go without finding out who's the best Dawson.
well, so in my long life, I have figured out that the first liar loses. So I'll let Trevor talk first.
Now I can't. Mike, you'll have to give the stats. I can't do it.
Well, I think Ruben had one more tackle than Trevor, but Ruben also played more games than Trevor. And Trevor played all his games in Class 4A. Ruben had a couple of games in 3A.
Got to look at the stats.
And so, yeah, this one may go down for years, these 2.
This conversation comes up at every wedding. We can't escape it. The fact is, it is as even as it could possibly be because there's a rebuttal for every argument.
Yeah.
So I think across the board, equal. Would you say?
No.
I'll take the win then. I'll take it.
I did tell them they're now starting their own families and things. I can't wait for these guys to start coaching Pee-wees. So maybe that'll be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, that comes up all the time too. We're excited to start Pee-wees. Running the wing tee, baby.
All right, that's Trevor and Ruben Dawson. Those guys are awesome. And up next we got Coach Tate, Coach Post. Coach Smith was a late scratch. Coach Smith was a late scratch. Coach Tate is filling in. Yep. Jump in the middle there. We're gonna come up in November with a basketball preview show, but tonight we've got talk a little bit about what's coming up in basketball. And coming up Monday night, the reason we're not having a show this Monday is we got Yellow Jacket tip-off this Monday at the arena. You can come out and see all the teams. And you come out and see some college basketball. Talk a little bit about that, Coach Tate.
Yes, sir. So Monday night, we're going to have our Yellow Jacket tip-off. We're going to announce all the teams. We're going to announce the 7th grade teams. The junior high teams are going to scrimmage. And the senior high teams are going to scrimmage. It's going to be a really good time. And then we're also going to have the college game that night. And I'll let Coach Post talk more about that.
Yeah, I've got 3 things to say. How about this football team? 6-1. I'm excited about them. 2, I think the best Dawson is neither Trevor or Ruben. It's Shelby Dawson. Probably the best Dawson. And 3, my man Derek Infante can't be stopped. I love a good kicker. He's one of the best around.
Even dominated homecoming. The ceremony.
Yeah, I heard he couldn't be stopped at homecoming either. Yeah. But we're excited. Monday night, come out at 5:30. We've got North Arkansas College and CBC are playing. We've got 3 Lady Jackets playing on North Ark. Abigail Parks, Caden Brown, and Maggie Grissom are all coming back and playing. So we're excited about that. And then we're going to introduce the 7th grade teams, the junior high teams, senior high teams, and have junior high and senior high scrimmages. So we're really excited to get basketball back going. It's the best time of the year. You get football going down the stretch into the playoffs, and you get basketball going, so I'm excited for it.
And it should be a pretty good college game because I know North Ark has already played 3 or 4 scrimmages, so they're almost up to speed, and I'm sure CBC has too. Talk about that, and the Lady Yellow Jackets that'll be playing that night.
Yeah, North Ark's played 3 or 4 exhibitions already, so it'll be about I think it's their last exhibition game, and then CBC's played 2 or 3 times. So anytime you get to watch college basketball in your arena at any level, it's pretty cool because those are people they want to be there, they want to get better, and I know they're all planning to maybe move on and play bigger basketball from North Ark. So it's really cool to have that level of basketball where we play every day.
Now, besides the basketball, we've got I think some different things, some fundraisers going on that night. Talk a little bit about that and what it costs to get in.
Yeah, that night we've got a bake auction going on. So a bunch of people are going to bake pies and cakes you can bid on. Last time I was making a coconut pie, and Miss Hutchins had me making the same pie as Miss Wanda Owens. If you know Miss Owens, she can bake. If you know me, I cannot. So it's not a good scene making the same thing she was making. But come out, I'm sure Miss Wanda, a lot of people are going to make pies and cakes. It's $5 to get in cash. All right, so $5 cash. What else do we have going on? I think
50-50 raffle.
50-50 raffle. So all kinds of stuff going on. So come on out.
Apparently the raffle has been axed. I just got the signal off stage there. Bake sale though, you don't want to miss that. And all the money goes back to the basketball program. So if you got a child or whatever, basketball program, that money's going to go back to the basketball program. They don't have to share any of that. And so we got that coming up Monday night. I also want to thank Mickey Parrish. He's going to feed the teams Monday night. The 2 college teams, the last time they came 2 years ago, that was one of the highlights for them, was they got a great meal that night. And Mickey will be cooking, I'm sure, some barbecue on Monday night. Then after that, we've got First Service Bank Tournament, the annual tournament coming up. Give us the dates and talk a little bit about the teams in the tournament.
Yeah, so the First Service Bank Tournament is the 17th to the 22nd. We're going to have a bunch of teams come down. It's always a great time. I know my favorite part about the First Service Bank Tournament, one is watching basketball, but that hospitality room is so good every single night. I know Clinton, y'all show out in that hospitality room. I love watching basketball and also eating great food that night.
Yeah, talk about how many games each night.
Yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be 4 games starting at 4. Then Saturday we go all day starting at 1 o'clock. If you want to come out that Tuesday, we were playing Shirley. Both teams were playing Shirley. So that's always a fun night to get to play with the Van Buren County team.
What are the other teams in the field? Some good teams that we can, the fans can watch.
Yeah, lots of good teams will be in the state tournament. We got Greers Ferry, Westside, Watson Chapel, Harrison, Pottsville is coming this year. So we got a lot of quality teams that expect to be playing into March into the state tournament. So you can see all these teams play early in the season.
And anything else, Coach?
Yeah, on the boys' side, we got Greenbrier coming down. I know Blyville's making the trip. That's a far trip for them. Blyville's always got a really good team. And then we open up first night against Charlotte.
So some really high quality basketball coming to Clinton, spend the week, and it's good for the economy, it's good for the school. Come on out and you can get your fix of basketball early. You can watch 4 or 5, a half dozen games at one time if you want to. So come on out to the First Service Bank Tournament. We'll have, before we get, tell us about the cross country, Coach Post. Really special district cross country meet this Thursday.
Yeah, we're excited about cross country. Thursday, we're going to host it at Oath Ranch out there. The junior high will start at 3 o'clock, and we're going to have the special flag presentation from the Chuck Wagon at 2:30. So it's the first cross country meet we've hosted, so we're really excited about having it out there. And we've got 4 really good teams this year, too. To get in, it'd be $5 cash to get in out there, but we're going to have 2 food trucks, snow cone stand, all kinds of stuff going on out there. You can actually see the entire race from the bluff. If you're on top of the bluff, you can see the entire race. So it's going to be a pretty cool environment. And like I said, we've got 4 really good teams too. So it's going to be a lot of fun out there hosting the cross country.
And that'll be Thursday out at Oath Ranch on Thursday, cross country. Pretty rare you can sit in one spot and see the whole race. If you've ever been to cross country, you got to you can see the start, you can see the end, or you get somewhere in the middle, but you can't see it all. So that'll be a lot of fun on Thursday out at the Oath Ranch. Now, time for some serious business. Nash Tate is in the back there. It's his first show. He turned 1-year-old, was it yesterday? We need to sing. Last 2 weeks we've sang happy birthday to some folks, but let's sing happy birthday to Nash back there on his first birthday. You ready, Nash? All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nash. Happy birthday to you. We'll see you next year, Nash. Nash came for the food. All right, thanks, guys. Coach Tate, Coach Post, we'll see them back in a couple weeks. All right, Miss Mahan is up next. We're going to talk a little bit about Arkansas Game and Fish education. I dropped the microphone, it now works. Tell everybody who you are.
I am Alicia Mahan, and I'm the point of contact for the Game and Fish at the junior high.
And I'm Ruth Taylor, and I'm the point of contact for the Game and Fish at the high school.
First of all, talk about the program. What it entails, what we're trying to teach the kids, things like that.
Okay, so we actually have 2 different programs going on. So I'm part of the Teacher Leadership Council. There's approximately 16 of us across the state that participate in that. And then the junior high and the high school both are participating in the School of Conservation Leadership.
And, what's the goal of the program?
The goal of the program is for us to actually get our school conservation leadership recognition for our schools, and that will be held in June if we meet all of the qualifications, which I'm pretty sure we will, because we already do a lot of those things. So if we do them, we might as well be recognized for them. So I feel confident that we're going to meet those qualifications, and then in June, several of us, maybe some students, will go to Little Rock and meet with Game and Fish and get an award. And there's also lots of money involved that we can get for our schools, and we can buy equipment like fishing equipment, archery equipment, just lots of different things that we can get for our schools.
I assume it's probably a pretty popular program. That Clinton's an outdoor community to learn outdoor activities.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of interest with our students, both at the junior high and the high school. We're actually also taking a group of students from the junior high and the high school in November to the summit in Hot Springs to compete in things like air rifle, plant ID, wildlife ID, field data collection, duck calling, wildlife radio tracking, several other competitions, and they're really excited about those.
Hey, talk about, I was reading on some of the information today. You had some training, I think, this past summer at a place called Cook's Lake. Talk about that.
Okay, so that was part of the Teacher Leadership Council. We got to go down there to do our kickoff, and I got to go kayaking for the first time ever. We also did, what I'm trying to do with my students this year is model in the classroom and then take them outside when it's possible. So we did indoor learning, and then we went outside to do, we did electrofishing and things like that, fed hummingbirds out of our hands and stuff like that. So it was really a neat experience.
Yeah, I read something about the FINS program, F-I-N-S.
Yes, so there's the FINS program, which is the Fishing in the Natural State program, which the junior high and the high school are both participating in that. So getting kids to learn lessons having to do with fishing and fish anatomy and different things like that, habitats and everything. We're also doing the Stream team, which is about water data collection, and then, of course, the archery as well, like she was talking about.
Yeah, I read a little bit about, I'm sure, archery, gun safety, things like that.
And I was going to add, with the Stream team, we have Miss Kinnair and Miss Fisk at the high school who already have a Stream team. So that was another qualification that we met. And then me and Mr. Justins are going to a FINS PD in November, and then we'll be able to get some fishing equipment and start the FINS program at the high school.
What about, what are things you may need? Can the community get involved? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, if you hunt and if you fish and if you know about wildlife, contact us. We can definitely have guest speakers, and the more guest speakers we have, especially from our community, the more points we can get. So, and like you said, Clinton is a game and fish community, so I know that there's lots of people out there who can talk to our classes about this. So please contact me and Alicia, and we'll get you in the books, and we'll get you into classrooms, speaking to our students, and maybe even do some hands-on things.
All right, ladies, thanks for joining us tonight. That's the Arkansas Game and Fish Conservation Teacher Leadership Council. Thanks. Up next, another state champion. We've had one last week, and this one's back in April. They'll be recognized this Friday night at halftime of the Waldron football game. But let's bring up the FFA state champion electricity team. Chloe Hudson, Kyle Vernon, and Lily Pike. And who did I miss? Sawyer Branscombe. I don't think you were on the list. I know, talk a little bit about, each of y'all can just chip in a little bit. Talk about what it felt like to win a state championship at this level.
We spent 3 or 4 years, working on it, trying to get better each and every day. So I think it was just a great accomplishment, a real good, feel good whenever you finally won. We made it to state 3 different times, and just kind of a heartbreaker to lose those 2 times. So whenever you finally win, I think it's just a good thing.
One thing is, whenever we won it, it kind of felt like we hadn't actually won. Like, it felt like we were still competing, and it didn't actually click for like 2 weeks that we had actually won. And then me and Lily were obviously like jumping up and down because we were ready to be done with it, because we had been doing it for a little too long.
Okay, I haven't been doing it as long as the rest of them, so whenever I found out that we won, it's kind of like, oh, I just got on this team, I kind of just got used to it, and now I'm done with it already. But yeah, me and Chloe were like running around the hotel room, and our ag teacher got mad at us.
So basically, when they said that we won, we all thought we did like absolutely horrible. Like we thought we placed last place, and the results came out and we won by like a lot. So it was kind of like surprising.
So you take the test. How long does it take the turnaround to get the results?
They have to run it through the Scantron, so you never really know how long it'll take them.
So there's a little bit of delay. You take the test.
Yeah.
Suspense.
Yeah, there's like a lot of suspense while you're waiting, because they have to hand grade like all your other stuff that you do. So there's like diagrams or wiring or like a floor plan that you have to do, and one of the teachers have to like go through and grade everybody's test, so you might not find out for another like 6 hours after you do it.
I mean, I think we had to wait until the next day to actually see our scores. Like, they won't show them until after a 24-hour period. So you don't find out who's won or anything until the next day. So it's really suspenseful. You start getting nervous, and it's like, do we place good? What,
That's interesting. We talk a lot of sports here, and sports is black and white. It's you play it, it's over, you have results. I cannot imagine y'all taking the test, and you can't really see what the other people are doing. So for like 24 hours, it's just a waiting game. Tell the folks how and y'all said some of you've been doing this for several years. What's the process like? You start the school year, you start studying, you go to competitions, you make it to April. What's a year like?
So we don't start until about November, December to start practicing, and we'll practice for about a month before our season starts. And we have like, I don't know, how many competitions do y'all say? I mean, we'll just say at least 10 competitions that we go to in a year, and we have one every single week, just like a football schedule would. And each competition is a little bit different because there's several parts to a competition. You got your test, but you also have your events, and you never know what you're going to get at your events. So it's just like you don't know how to prepare. So you have to prepare for every single anything could happen, and you could get whatever. Like there's ID, there's wiring diagrams. So you have to be 100% prepared, and your test is always different. It's never the same. You have the same questions. There's like 300 something questions, and we get like 50 questions every single time that we have to take our test on. But yeah, every single competition is different. And I think we won most of them. So around district and state, we knew or felt really good going into that. But again, it's a bunch of competition. There's a bunch of good teams every single year, so it's never a for sure win. But
Yeah, and like Sawyer said, we study more towards the middle of the school year. We'll start it up, and then after we go to competitions, we kind of see the new rules that they put out, and then how you do stuff, and then you'll study that. You're always studying during the season too.
Kyle, tell us who the sponsors are over in Agra. Sponsors?
We have a lot of alumni.
We have Mr. Volts and Miss Flickinger now.
I will say I have a little bit of knowledge of this because in 2016, my niece and nephew, and I think it was Tyler Huggins and Caitlin Cody won the electricity FFA. I think they were 11th graders. The next year they had to switch to another team. I think it was horticulture. Do y'all now stay as a group but take another subject?
I think Kyle and I are going to do ag mechanics this year. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but last year we had our first ag mechanics team in a while, and they didn't place very well at state just because of a couple errors that they made. But they were a really good team, and it was just kind of it was some mental errors that happened. They would have placed in the top 5 this year, or last year, if they wouldn't have made those errors. But we should have that same team this year with the addition of Kyle and I. So we've got some high hopes. We think we're winning another state title.
Me and Lily will probably stick together and do another competition. We still don't know what we're going to do. I think we're going to try and start a new team for our school, because there's one where you get to eat cereal and drink Pepsi and stuff, and I just think that would be fun. And then there's another one that just seems really easy because you just name what seeds are. So we might do one of those.
We'll stay tuned to see what Chloe and Lily have cooked up for this year. It could be cereal, so be ready. Well, you can see them Friday nights at halftime. Also, we keep forgetting the Clinton FFA program. It's a dynasty. They won a lot of state titles over the years going way back, so we always talk sports, but there's no stronger program on campus than the FFA program in Clinton. All right, guys, we'll see you Friday night. Thanks for being on the show tonight. FFA Electricity State Champions. Up next, Coach DeFran. Head coach Chris DeFran. Before we get started, let's talk a little bit about homecoming on Friday night. The win over Dover, 49-12 or 14.
Need to just drop it again. No, we played really well. Came out fast, what we needed to do, not let a team like that hang around. So I thought we played really good. It's always hard to play on homecoming, so many distractions, but senior led group, I thought we got back focused and played as good as we needed to play.
Yeah, you said a lot of distractions during the week, and could have been a little bit of a hangover after heartbreaking loss at Dardanelle, but there wasn't one. Looked like Dardanelle might have had one though when they went to Lamar, but your guys went back to work and had a big performance on Friday night.
They did. I still think had a little bit of a hangover, kind of practice week. I mean, that's just going to happen after a big game like that. But we're right back on track today. Had a good day today, getting ready for Waldron and making a big run this postseason.
Ryland got it started with a big kickoff return, almost took it to the house, and then scored a couple of plays later.
Yeah, I think we ran 22 offensive plays and scored 7 times. So we did well on offense. Played a couple of one-play drives. So 7 out of 22. That's about 3 plays a score. So.
And another really efficient night from Brody. I think 9 of 11, 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a good night. Offensive line gave him a lot of time to throw. He was able to come off a couple times from his primary receiver and work down, found Ryland on 1 touchdown. You know, that was like his 3rd guy to look for. So, yeah, they played well all the way around on offense.
Yeah, I think he had 260 through the air, another 30 on the ground, almost accounted for 300 yards of total offense.
Yeah, that was one of his biggest nights of his career, and hopefully we can just keep building on that and lead us the rest of the way.
I'm not sure if I remember another 5 touchdown night through the air.
No, I know we've had some big ones. Weston's had some, he had a couple of big games. I'm not sure about Job and Brody. They had a couple of big nights too, but 5 may be one of our biggest.
And on homecoming night, seemed to spread it around to the seniors as Ryland had a couple touchdowns. Caleb McCarver had one. Colton, Sam, all had touchdown catches.
Yes, sir. That senior group, we keep talking about them, but they're a great group of kids, and it's going to be a lot of production that we lose after this year. But we're enjoying it right now, and we're going to keep leaning on those guys to send us deep in the playoffs. Hopefully, we beat what we did with Trevor and Ruben and Fielder, and Weston them get past the 3rd round. That's be the big goal.
Hedgerow 2005 team there Friday night. They're the ones that really laid the foundation, went undefeated regular season, got the first playoff win in school history. Since then, there's been 9 more playoff wins, 15 more playoff appearances, 4 more conference championships. Talk a little bit about those guys, and you got to visit with them a little bit before the game. A lot of times Coach doesn't come out between 5 and 7, but he came over to see his old 2005 team.
That group was a special group. I mean, to win the first playoff game in Clinton history, kind of, you respect those guys for that. And, a lot of guys in there, a lot of memories when you got to see them. A couple of them, when they walked up, I wasn't sure who they were. It took me a few minutes, but once you see their face, and man, you just, good to see them. I was glad a lot of them came back. Some of them drove a long way to come to a Friday night game. So it was great to see them. Bunch of good young men in that group, and like I said, it's always fun to see them come back and get to visit with them, see what they're doing with their life.
Yeah, it's a big lineman in that class, and some of them look a little bigger now.
That was a big group of linemen, tough. They were mean. They reminded me one time, and I told the guys that day, we normally run 20 40s on Monday. It's kind of our thing. Well, they ran 37 one Monday because they had so many personal fouls on Friday night that I just tried to kill them. I mean, trying to run it out of them, but I don't think it worked because they got a bunch again the next week. But they were mean, they were tough, but then they were good young men, and hopefully they've grown up to be good men.
Well, they set the tone for you early, Coach. They've got to go out on the field for the coin toss, and Kelby Bonds won it for you.
Yeah, Kelby, he's kind of the leader of that group, and I loved seeing him get back on the phone, get to talk to those guys. He told me to come to the conversations he had with some of those guys, and it was just neat to hear what they were doing with their life, and 20 years after graduation, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know one drove 14 hours on Friday from South Texas to be there, and I think another one from North Carolina. So they wanted to come see you.
I appreciate that. And the one that drove for 14 hours is the one that caught the onside kick about 10 feet in the air. He was a tough kid. I know he broke it, I think he broke his arm and he kept playing. He was just tough. I mean, you don't get those kind of kids all the time, and he was just a football player.
A little preview of Waldron coming up this Friday. It's senior night at Jim Tumbleson Field. You can come on out and honor the senior class of all, and we'll recognize all the fall sports seniors. But a big night. Got to keep winning, staying pace with Dardanelle.
I think we got 44 seniors walking, and 17 or 18 of them are football players. It's a big senior class, going to be missed the next few years of them leaving. But Waldron's big. They got a big offensive line, big defensive line. They worry me in some areas, so we're gonna have to work hard this week and continue to get better, and just try not to give them any life when we get on the field and do what we do. I definitely think Dardanelle's beatable. I mean, I think they were beat up. We were definitely beat up last week. They're beat up. I think we beat them up also. So Ozark's got a chance this week. They're big. Lamar had a good chance Friday night. They definitely had a letdown game too. So You know, a little bit of luck, we might can get back in that 1 seed.
Well, I can't let Coach leave just yet because we have a burning question on the table. Coach, who's better, Trevor or Ruben? That got their attention in the back there.
They played different positions, and they were both very good at their position.
That's a good coach answer right there. Coach Christy Fran. Up next, Alec Huey and Rylan Jones. Have to pass the mic around.
Let's go.
You guys' thoughts on the Dover game?
First off, I think I said this a couple weeks ago, big on my quarterback there. He played really well. I think he makes me look better on paper sometimes than I actually am. Escaping, getting out of the pocket. I think he had 5 touchdowns, and you can vote for him on Facebook for Player of the Week, Arkansas Sports Network or something. Make sure you go over there and do that. But offensively, I think we played really well. We came out firing. Big day, pep rally. I think we rallied and played well. Defensively, we can get better. And I don't think we played our best game yet, and that's kind of exciting to know that we can go out there and be better than we already have been.
Rylan, yeah, go ahead, Rylan.
I thought we played a really good game offensively. It was a good time for us to work on our passing game. Brody did a good job throwing, and the line did a great job blocking. So that's what we did.
Talk about the opening kickoff. You got a great return, set us up at the Dover 30-yard line.
The return team did a great job blocking, allowed me to find an open hole, and I think I tripped on Caleb's foot at the end. Yeah.
Is it a source of pride as an offensive line, as a group, when your quarterback throws 5 touchdown passes?
Oh yeah, 1,000%, man. And we're just fighting for him every play, keeping him off the ground. I think we did a really good job of that Friday.
Talk about coming into the ball game. The difference pass blocking to run blocking.
Well, pass blocking, it's passive, but it's not. You got to be patient in some areas, especially at tackle. But once you get on, you got to be mean. You do what you can to get that man on the ground. And I think we tried to do that across the board. I know Eaton's very good at it. He can get after you, man, and it's really cool just to see.
Rylan is known as a running back, but he's also got great hands. He lines up in the slot. Talking about playing receiver a little bit.
Yeah, I like playing receiver. It's not as good as running the ball, but yeah.
But talk about, you guys spent a whole 7-on-7 summer. You played a lot of games, especially the last 3 summers. Talk about that. How does that help the passing game?
It's definitely helped me a lot catching the ball. It's definitely helped Brody too. Just helped me with all my route running and knowing where to find the open spot.
Before I let you go, thoughts on homecoming, the whole day, things you liked?
I thought it was pretty good. I think that is the best pep rally I've ever seen. I could be biased because I actually paid attention and was in this one. But I don't know, I thought it went really well.
Yeah, I thought it went really well, getting us hyped for the game. And yeah.
All right, that's Alec Huey and Rylan Jones. Brody Dufran and Jay English. Brody, talk about your night going into the game. Probably one of the best performances of your varsity career so far.
Yeah, it was a big night for us. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to throw it that much for some reason, but first play of the game, we were throwing it, so that was a good deal. It all starts with the O-line, so thankfully, I didn't feel much pressure the whole night, so it's pretty easy to throw the ball and find someone open when there's not much pressure, so.
I thought it was a great game. You know, we all did our roles, we all played our part, and had a lot of fun. Made a lot of big plays. You know, your team is very important. Everybody supporting each other. Love the energy on the sideline. Everything all week, from the start of the week to the end of the week, is great.
Jay, talk about the fumble recovery at Darnell. Huge play late in the
Darnell.
game.
So, funny thing about that play, you know, very intense part of the game. It's winding down. I'm thinking in my head, you know, this is it. If they get this, they're going up by 2. Very, very important part of the game. And that play, I squeezed down on the tackle, and I'm right in Creed Vega's face, and he's looking dead at me. I'm looking right at him. And he goes to hand it off, and he pulls back, and the ball just drops. And he says a word that I can't say here. And, and I just jump on the ball, and in that moment, I'm like, there's life, you know. I'm like, oh, let's go. It's not over yet, because, you know, morale's getting low. Everybody's kind of like, we got to bring it back, and it was great.
Hey, talk a little bit about you playing defensive line. A lot of times you're going up against guys bigger, heavier than you are, but talk about your speed advantage.
So I think Coach, he breathes a lot of life into me. He makes me believe that I can compete with these bigger guys. You know, going against Alec in practice, it's really, you know, Alec's a good player, so playing against guys like him gets you prepared for going against other guys. And them being big and strong, the technique is very important, because I can't take on a big guy. I'm not the strongest guy, so I can't just move him out of my way. So using my speed to, you know, get around or get through somebody, trick them, get them to go one way or another. I think working on that has been a big part of my senior year.
Brody, talk about your relationship with your receivers. The other night you threw 5 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers, all seniors. You guys have thrown and caught a lot of balls over the years.
Yes, sir. I mean, I have tons of studs out there, receivers and slot receivers. So, I mean, if someone's not open one time, I know someone else is going to be open on the field. It felt like everyone was open Friday night, so it was pretty easy. I could just pick one night and they'd be open. But yeah, I mean, working like I said last time, 7-on-7s and team camps, we just get kind of the motions down and the timing. So it's really easy to find an open receiver whenever we do that in the summer.
Both you guys talk a little bit about homecoming. Of course, the best part is winning the football game, but it was a really fun day. Talk about your day at homecoming.
Yeah, the pep rally was super fun. I enjoyed it. Obviously, if y'all didn't see, I guess I got the honor to be in 3 different little skits, so it was kind of embarrassing but fun at the same time. Thanks, Miss Hutchins, for making me do all that. So, but yeah, it was super fun being in that and just seeing all the community there smiling and stuff like that. So yeah.
I agree. Putting on a show for Clinton is one of my favorite things to do. Seeing all the people out there come and support, it's awesome. I might seem like it, but when I get in front of a big group of people, I get real nervous. But people say I played off well, but I think getting out in front of people and doing like all the homecoming stuff, preparing, it's nerve-wracking. You know, I'm cool, calm, and collected during the practice period, but when it's time to show out, I kind of just let it take over. And you know, I love the homecoming week, the spirit. Everybody here is all so into everything, all the themes, and you know, everybody's involved, and it makes it great.
What was your favorite day of the week?
My favorite day of the week was denim week, just because it was fun seeing everybody in their tight little denim suits and their jackets. Some people walking around all stiff and stuff, and it was just cool seeing people dress out like that.
What's yours, Brody?
I'm gonna have to say probably the Rivals week, just because some people took it pretty far. Like old Robin back there, him and Creed went all the way to Heber Springs Walmart to go get some Heber Springs shirts. So it was pretty funny. And then Hayden Jones, he had sweatpants with a panther on it, like a Heber Springs Panther sweatpants and a shirt. So that was pretty hilarious seeing that. So yeah.
You know, I was thinking the Heber theme could have went for both Villain Day and Rivals Day. It worked either way. So, but it was a great week, and we got a lot of football left. We got Waldron this week, so come out Friday night. We'll be honoring these guys before the ball game on senior night, but we got a lot more football left to go in the year. So come out and see Brody and Jay and all the rest of the Yellow Jackets this Friday night. really good show. A lot of great guests tonight, and we'll be ready for Farm Bureau door prizes. Ready to go. I want to thank Mickey Parrish and everybody at Farm Bureau. We're at full strength today. Melanie's back with us. I think they were doing double duty last week. A good lunchbox for somebody, plus bottle opener on the front. All right, here we go. Tickets ready. Philip, you got your ticket ready? Is Philip, is he eligible to win? Or is he? Okay. I thought he might have been an employee over there. He keeps an office over there. All right, here we go. 300-7623. Hey, there's a winner. Nice job, Gavin. Yep. You wear a Cardinal hat, you win. Remember, coming up this week, we've got cross country at Oath Ranch on Thursday. You don't want to miss that. Junior high travels to Waldron on Thursday night. Senior night, Friday night at Jim Tumlinson Field. And remember, no TV show next Monday because we got Yellow Jacket tip-off next Monday night. We'll do the next show in 2 weeks, and we'll have a basketball preview coming up. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Hey, before you leave, if you haven't seen these media guides, they are phenomenal. Miss Hutchins did a great job on these. All the fall sports, team pictures, schedules, stories about the teams, the history of Jim Tumlinson Field. If you want to pick up one of these, they are $20. We got a limited quantity. They'll be on sale until they're gone.